In a newsroom, the morgue is a collection of old stories, notes, and ideas. And this October, we are digging through our morgue for unsettling stories from the past.
So today, we are talking about an infamous unsolved murder here in Maine. Here's Katie Bavosa with the killing of Sarah Ware.
I grew up hearing about it, knowing about it.
After dark, nobody wanted to go near Miles Lane.
It's one of those stories that everybody tells.
A nearly 118-year-old murder case that remains unsolved to this day still haunts the town of Bucksport. A woman brutally murdered. Her name, Sarah Ware. Her killer never brought to justice.
So everybody kept quiet and he got away with it.
Emmerich Spooner has been fascinated by the case for years, even writing 2 books about what happened to Ware on the night of September 17, 1898. A 52-year-old divorcee, Ware worked odd jobs, babysitting and cleaning houses. Spooner says on the night she was last seen, Ware was making her rounds, collecting payments.
And she walked down here, and that was the last anybody saw her.
Spooner says Ware's last stop before her home would have been the house of William Truergy, a man with a violent history.
He had a temper problem. You know, he's a real rough kind of character.
Enraged by her demands for money, Spooner believes Truergy beat Ware to death. Behind me is the house where William Truergy once lived. Some believe that this is the place where Sarah Ware was murdered. 2 weeks after she disappeared, Ware's body was found lying in the brush just off Miles Lane, her head severely bashed in.
They went to pick her up and her head fell off.
Truergy was arrested after investigators found a blood-stained hammer with his initials on it. Witnesses confessed Truergy paid them to move the body, but he didn't stand trial until years later. By then, Ware's body had been repeatedly exhumed for examination. But by July of 1902, the suspected murder weapon went missing. Witnesses recanted their damning stories, and Truergy was acquitted. But one key piece of evidence was saved, just in case.
They kept her head as evidence for a future trial, and they kept it in lockup down in Ellsworth Courthouse.
And there it stayed until some courthouse clerks found it in 1982. Finally, in 1998, a century after her murder, Ware's broken skull was finally laid to rest, but possibly not with the rest of her. Here in Oak Hill Cemetery in Bucksport is where Sarah Ware's head is buried. Some say they believe her body is buried separately in Silver Lake Cemetery. According to Spooner's research, Ware's daughter Mildred moved the body after the trial.
And they didn't give her a gravestone. They didn't want it to be disturbed anymore.
The body of Mrs. Ware was found last Sunday.
Today, a case holding some of Ware's belongings sits in the Bucksport Historical Museum, a memorial to a woman long dead, but whose murder mystery still lives on.
That was Katie Bavosa reporting in 2016. Now, if you would like to do a little digging into this case on your own, the testimony of 15 people at the time of Sarah Ware's death, including the coroner's findings and testimony from the man accused of killing her, that's still on file with the Hancock County Supreme Judicial Court, and you can access that online.